What's up, guys? It's December already. I'm over my November slump. It's been over a month. It's actually been over a month since I did my last vlog, and I was really missing this. And I'm sort of glad, sort of not glad that I'm back because Manchester United are still not winning. At least we put on a better performance yesterday against Arsenal, and that's a real positive sign. It's been like three back-to-back games in the Premier League, three draws. You could count the win against Young Boys as a draw as well. It was a last-minute winner from Marouane Fellaini, and I, for one, can't understand Jose Mourinho right now. And it's actually not that difficult to understand if you know what to think, because if you look at the history, third season Real Madrid, third season Chelsea, even Inter Milan he left on his own terms. But that's the time frame to which Jose Mourinho can handle a team, can handle a set of players, can get along with them, if you will, put him together with them for a longer duration of time, and things start to break up. The biggest problem for me over here is I saw an interview with Lukaku maybe few days ago or something, a week ago, let's say a week ago, and he said on air, on television, that he was one of Jose Mourinho's favorites. It's that clear to everyone, even to the players, who Jose Mourinho's favorites are. If you look at it from a viewpoint, it's Romelu Lukaku, maybe even Rashford, which is a good thing. Then there's Marouane Fellaini, then there's Nemanja Matic, maybe Chris Smalling. I think that's a compulsion resulting from a lack of centre backs that he likes, but yeah. And this season Luke Shaw as well, which is again a good thing. The problem over here is he doesn't like Paul Pogba, Eric Bailly, the likes of Anthony Martial, Antonio Valencia, which is not really a bad thing, and all these sets of problems, all these sort of things resulting in, after the Southampton draw, Jose Mourinho calling Paul Pogba a virus. I'm not okay with that. I'm seriously not okay with that. I'll tell you why. Yes, Paul Pogba isn't the mad dog that Jose Mourinho likes. He put on the mad dogs against Arsenal, the likes of Van der Herrera. They played well for him. All that is good. But we knew, he should have known the time he brought Paul Pogba from Juventus, that Paul Pogba isn't a mad dog. Paul Pogba doesn't like to close down quickly and, put in crunching tackles and all that sort of stuff. He's a creative midfielder. He likes the ball fed to him so he can pick out the passes. That's something which we knew from the very beginning. That's something I knew when I saw Paul Pogba coming on as a substitute when he was 18-year-old, and Sir Alex giving him the instructions, those passes which he used to put out. And that's not something which Jose Mourinho should be cribbing about in third season. And I am, for one, with the majority to calling for Matic said. Matic has been very poor, and although I'm not going to say he was poor against Arsenal, because he was very good on the defensive side. We knew that he is not one of those who's going to put out the playmaker balls like Paul Pogba or even Michael Carrick, and he's going to play those sideways passes, and that's okay. I'm not going to criticize Nemanja Matic for his performance against Arsenal, but the rest of the season he's been extremely poor, and there's double standards for Matic and Paul Pogba are glaring, are totally glaring. Again, Paul Pogba is being called the virus. I see Jose Mourinho is the virus. It's his third season and he's not improving the team. People can get carried away with the Arsenal result, and I'm not one of those, because I know for a fact that against Fulham, when they are defensively structured well, properly, and ready to play on the counter attack, we are going to struggle again. That's our MO. We can't break down teams. We only liven up to the occasion when we have fallen behind in games. Only not even to come back and win, but to come back to a level point where we again slow the pace of the game down. We have Marouane Fellaini and Matic in the midfield, usually not against Arsenal, because he knew that we needed Herrera to liven up the pace. He doesn't even play Herrera, and then he says we don't have enough mad dogs. We have mad dogs like Fred, Herrera, they don't play. And whose decision is that? It's Jose Mourinho's. We have mad dogs like Eric Bailly who doesn't play. Whose decision is that? Jose Mourinho. See, Lindelof isn't the sort of crunching, tackling player. He has been for a few games until he got injured, but he's a more guided centre back, thinking things through, being at places where he can anticipate things, and that sort of thing. Chris Smalling, he's a lanky lad who has his ups and downs. We all know Chris Smalling. I don't even want to get into that. Then there's Luke Shaw. He's had a good season, not the last couple of games, maybe due to injury. If you decide to play Ashley Young instead of Diogo Dalot, even against Valencia or Luke Shaw at left back or right back, you're gonna slow the pace of the game down. Your decision. If you're gonna play Nemanja Matic and Marouane Fellaini and have a plan B as a long ball and a plan A high press and all this sort of thing, it's not gonna work because these are not that kind of players. If you're gonna play Lukaku and have him as a striker who holds up the ball like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and not have him play through the back like he play at edge of the defense like he did last season and run behind them. Your decision. I would say it's his decision because Romelu Lukaku, a player who for Everton and for Manchester United was playing at the offside line and trying to get behind the defense and scoring goals, even for Belgium, all of a sudden decides to hold up the ball and showcase his poor first touch and all that sort of stuff. That's not his game, man. Even the goal he scored against Southampton in the week, he ran behind the defense on a through pass from Marcus Rashford. That's the only way he knows to score. That's how he scores goals. That's Romelu Lukaku. All the decisions that I've pointed out up till now are Jose Mourinho's decisions. He will play the likes of Ander Herrera or even Fred, even just at the crucial games. Even Eric Bailly, out after 2 months at one crucial game. I'm not even talking about the likes of Andres Pereira, who's just banished from the squad. I don't know what his case is, or Tuanzebe and all these guys who are just lent out on loans and not given chances. And it's sad to see the state of the club, but I'm not one who's gonna say that Jose Mourinho needs big checks and all that sort of stuff. He needed players and he didn't get reinforcement. He got reinforcements, and what is he doing with them? He's not playing Paul Pogba. He's not playing Fred. He's not playing Eric Bailly. He has started playing Victor Lindelof this season. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Let's see if when Lindelof comes back from his injury, if he's playing him. Who else has he signed? Nemanja Matic. Wow, Nemanja Matic. Yeah, he's playing consistently and brilliantly. And yeah, this struggle is not gonna end. For me, I'm not gonna look. I'm not going to sit here and predict if Jose Mourinho is going to get sacked after a drubbing against Fulham, or Jose Mourinho is going to get sacked if we don't qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season, or Jose Mourinho is going to turn things around miraculously and be another manager who stays at United for 5 seasons or something. That's his current contract. Maybe even extends it and wins stuff for us next season onwards, after we get him 5 6 big signings, big lanky tall players who can take the long ball and all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to sit here and predict that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I sure know for one thing that he is not the right fit for United. He's not the Manchester United manager that I wanted or that I ever wanted. His style of play, his energy that he exudes, the way he's talked about our youngsters in the preseason, the way he told fans to not watch the team play, and the way he put out all that negative energy, negative vibes throughout the preseason, man. Not letting youngsters into the team. The only academy player I saw was Tahi Chong at home game against Juventus, and he wasn't even brought on when we were trailing in the game. Yeah, man, it's such state of affairs. Him fighting with all these players, him taking on the media, him taking on every person, the board. I agree with him on taking on the board. The board, if I don't like someone more than Jose Mourinho, it's Ed Woodward, man. His lack of decision making in footballing terms, not in commercial terms, in footballing terms, it's appalling. It's downright appalling. I don't think we have made a right decision ever since David Gill left. You know, the first decision I think we did was bring on Moyes and Fellaini. Moyes was the Sir Alex decision, but the rest, those are Ed Woodward decisions. The managers, the players, and I don't have words to describe what it is. And I know this is a vlog after a month, and it's about Manchester United, and I'm a Manchester fan. I love Manchester United, but the things that are happening at the club, I'm not doing something new. I'm not talking something new. I'm talking the same thing which I was talking at the start of the season. And what I predicted at the start of the season is coming true, sadly, but is coming true. And whose fault is that? I don't think it's the player's fault. A manager shouldn't be thinking like a manager like Jose Mourinho, who has that lot of experience, shouldn't be thinking that I want to play the high pressure game, mad dog game like a Liverpool. He should be thinking, I have world class players. With the players that I have to adapt my strategy, build a philosophy that will win us the league. And if he had played the likes of Fred with Pogba, with Herrera maybe, Fred and Herrera are good enough to defend, and maybe in the big games bring on Matic if he wants extra support in defense, or Fellaini in the long ball situations. But against the games like the Fulhams, Southamptons, especially, and all the other games that we're drawing, bring on Herrera and Fred in the midfield and have control of the midfield. We lack that. We just go from De Gea to Fellaini, especially in the second halves. In the first halves, we try a lot of things, and Paul Pogba misplaces is because all the responsibility, all the pressure is put on him to do everything. Another thing I just remembered of Jose Mourinho, he says all my players attack and all my players defend. That's clearly not the case. Even when we saw against Arsenal, there were 4 players attacking and all 11 defending. 4, 5 players are doing the running of twice the running that the defense is doing, and that's not all your players attacking, that's all your players defending. And I get where people like Pogba or Lukaku come from when they dislike that sort of stuff, and I think that if Rashford, Lingard or Marshall had a bigger voice, they would have done the same thing. And yeah, Hazard did the same thing. I don't know about the Iker Casillas situation, but it must have been a similar thing. And yeah, it's not going to change under Jose Mourinho, so I'm just waiting to see when we get rid of him. A depressing vlog after a pretty decent result against Arsenal, and I that's the reason maybe because a 2-2 draw against Arsenal is considered as a decent result now. Hoping for a better future, but yeah, crucial decisions need to be made. Let's see what happens. Just to clarify, I'm back in the thick of things. I'm back with my blogs, and they're gonna come in thick and fast. So see you around soon, guys. Do like, share, subscribe, and comment on those videos. Bye bye.